So this is a build and flight log of my last couple days. I'm going to work here, but it's heavy traffic. So I've been flying my original Eachine Racer 250 frame. However, there's been some minor variation in the build out. The motors are ready to Sky 2204 motors, and the flight controller is a PicoBlocks, a JMT PicoBlocks micro flight controller. But I'm not using the PDB, I'm using the PDB from the Eachine Racer 250, which doesn't have 5 volts, but the PicoBlocks is providing 5 volts to my receiver, which is one of those FlySky FSI A6Bs. And those are pretty good because they have PPM, so I'm using PPM as my protocol.
The 27th Annual AIDS Walk 2018 is open. Join us as we commemorate the fight against AIDS in Honolulu. When you walk, you make a difference, and you are those who are gone and
I know I'm vlogging in traffic.
Thanks to progress in the fight against AIDS.
I'm using a TS5828 video transmitter, and my camera is just one of those little micro cameras, and I just got it strapped to some cardboard with a piece of tape. I mean, it's really just stuck to that little mounting tape. And I have to say that, you know, my FPV experience is perfectly fine. I mean, yeah, it's not that much clarity, but I'm flying in a familiar area where I don't need to see in terribly great detail. And I am entering the trees in the canopy, but again, I'm actually pretty familiar with the trees already, so I see everything. I'm going to see all of the dimensions. I see just fine. In fact, the field of view is very wide. But it doesn't necessarily have the pixels that one might want. So I'm flying, and the ESCs are also ready to Sky, those little blue and white ESCs. So I built that quadcopter out a while ago. I flew that build basically, but I was using the Racerstar 5048s, and I just found that the 2204 motors didn't really have the 5048 tri-blades under control. I mean, they just didn't have power. So those are Dalprop 5030s with the round nose, and those are pretty good. I've experienced that although it's not as maneuverable and it doesn't hop, it doesn't jump up in altitude very well, which is in part because of the motor power, in part probably because of the orientation, the motor geometry, because it's kind of a longer rectangular geometry. So it doesn't really seem to, I just feel like the True X seems to climb.
With informed delivery notifications, you'll know when those
in addition to being more powerful, it climbs more smoothly. So when you're climbing this one, it just doesn't feel as natural. I mean, it works the same, but maybe it's just the camera angle. Whatever the case may be, it just doesn't feel as natural.
The Home Depot lets you invite spring indoors with select varieties of beautiful palms.
I'm using these bi-blades, the kind of 50-30, maybe more old school, maybe more beginner, or maybe more special purpose, because they might be faster on a cruise speed run than the 5048s. The 5048s, they definitely accelerate more quickly. And if I full tilt, I'm probably getting more speed out of the 50/48s on the 2205 motors. But when I just drive in a straight line at a pretty low tilt, I might be matching the speed that I'm getting on my other E-Sheen racer, or beating, or maybe not. I mean, this one might still be winning, but I'm amazed at actually how fast this travels along the ground and lines. I don't remember it performing so well in the past. So some of it's just my skill. Some of it's that I'm flying 4S batteries now instead of 3S, which is probably dramatic for what I recall, what I experience now. But I mean, I suppose that's why people are flying stretched X quads in races, because it just does. It could be also the longer geometry, but it's definitely fast, relatively speaking, for being so much more underpowered than the 2205 motors, 50/48s. It's really moving pretty good. But if I'm in a tight space or trying to accelerate very quickly at short distances, it's not as good. I mean, it is getting towards where people call it a flying brake. It is a little bit more like trying to drive a bus through a small town. So, but I've been flying yesterday morning, yesterday evening, and this morning on only that quad, and some things are gone. I mean, I was really starting to get into the acro with the 50/48s and the True X and the more powerful motors, and you just don't have the pull out of the dives that you have with the other copter. So, and also I'm just not used to flying it yet. So I've been just kind of tracking, but on the whole, it's been a very gratifying experience. It kind of gives you a lot of respect for the Humble motors, because my flight time is much longer. I mean, I'm having to go earlier in the morning just to fly out my batteries before work. So, and I'm still pushing the time. So instead of flying for an hour total elapsed time on my batteries, I'm flying for more like an hour and a half. And I'm pushing the throttle.